Hello, group. Welcome to Extrovert Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, Bev Rage and the Drinks. Audiotree Live. 8 songs in 20 minutes. And that's garage punk. Yes, in case you're wondering, Bev is a man in drag who is, according to the PR, comes in at about 7 foot. Though it's unclear if that's with or without the hair. I used to be 6 foot when I had hair. I lost my hair, I got a lot shorter. So you have to meet Bev to figure it out. Between heels and the hair, how much of that is your shit 7 foot. And they refer themselves as garage punk, and that's cool. We love garage punk around here. And they were voted the best punk band in Chicago in 2024. And I'm sure they're right. This is good stuff, but I have to warn you, and they themselves are conscious of this. This is, despite the name of the band, the 7 foot drag queen, and they do try to have fun at the shows, they say. But the songs themselves are kind of serious. Audiotree, and I just described that, but I looked at a few things Audiotree has presented as live acts in their series. And I found the bands to be serious and commercial. Not my, or perhaps your, cup of tea. So I was surprised there's a set with Bev Rage and the Drinks, with the drag queen over the top presentation. So, but I learned of Bev Rage and the Drinks because they played a punk bar that I follow that's up the street from me. I think I missed a show. I think it was last Saturday, or week ago before last Saturday for you. And at the time that I released this. And, it was at this iconic punk bar by Lakewood. There's also the iconic gay neighborhood in Cleveland, Lakewood, Ohio. According to some trivia game, Lakewood, Ohio at one time, and perhaps still is, the third largest concentration of LGBTQ in the United States, only behind San Francisco and New York City. I forget who was 1 or 2. So it was like New York City, San Francisco, Lakewood, Ohio. Not Cleveland, Lakewood, which is where I graduated from high school. And so No Class, the punk bar they were appearing at, is also a few doors down from the Tomahawk, an iconic gay bar on the same street. So, good place for Bev Rage and the Drinks to play in Cleveland. And reading a profile in Chicago Reader is still alive. It is, apparently. Chicago Reader is the alternative newspaper in Chicago, in the United States. And in the day, when I had hair, it was a free weekly alternative newspaper. It was like getting a Sunday paper in tabloid size. It had so many personal ads. It was a big... You can be charged with assault if you hit someone with that paper. That was a big ass alternative newspaper back in the day. I hope they're doing great. A lot of alternative newspapers have died, with print newspapers dying overall. But back, I digress. So, this is garage punk. There is a humor element in this, but it's not necessarily jokey. They formed in 2015, the same year that Trump declared, when Trump came down the escalator at Trump Tower in New York City to declare. And of course, for the gay community, things are serious. And especially with the election last year, where the gay community was opposing the gay community and the trans community especially. Trans may look like Bev here. Was a key to their advertising last year to re-elect or send back Trump to the White House. And they seceded. So, gay community is on edge for good reason in America right now, 10 years later. And so while live, Bev and the Drinks, they entertain. How do you not look like that and be an entertainer, right? But they mix in humor and serious message in their live show, I Read. Like I said, I didn't go. And so in this Audiotree live, there was no audience in this live performance. It's basically a studio live performance. And so here you get 8 songs in 20 minutes. And so a lot of and there's a video that goes along with this apparently, but in what I watched, no, I didn't watch, I listened to on YouTube Music, it was just the music by itself. And the music is great, it's sophisticated. So while they describe themselves as garage punk, it is sophisticated music. Okay? I say it was some bands, like my last couple reviews, like a couple of days, the last few days, the music could be simple and basic. The music here is not basic. And Audiotree, in my observation, limited observation of what Audiotree presents, they don't present simple music. Maybe commercial, but sophisticated commercial music, and so is this. But there is humor to it if you watch the videos. And there are videos for 4 of these songs that I went to look at to prepare, because I think the videos would give me some insight. two videos I saved, not the performances that are on this record, but the videos for these two songs I did save. Permanent Receptionist, A Job from Hell, and the video's cool. So I kept that one, and Panic, which is basically about a bad church experience. And shout out to Bev, who apparently got her start in Cleveland punk bands way back when, before moving to Chicago, getting involved in drag in Chicago, and then going back into punk in Chicago and combining the two. And, so really is cool stuff. A little bit more sophisticated than I usually care for, but it is very good. And the lyrics are deep and poetical. So there is a sense of humor here, but maybe elsewhere, if you see the video for it. But listening here, it's kind of deep. So you come in here expecting yucks, not gonna get it. Ain't there. You have to go to the video for the songs to get the yucks. Permanent Receptionist, cool. My cup of tea. I like humor in my songs. A.K.A. Panic, I understand the message of that song. So I appreciate that song, especially with the video complementing that. So those two videos I really like, but it's not part of this collection we're talking about. This is only the music. And so, no, this is not jokey stuff. The music is sophisticated, but still accessible. And I really like it. Listen to it. When I do the review, I listen to this more than once. I warn you if you only listen to something once or twice. No, it's only 20 minutes. I listened to this a lot in the last couple of days. And I like it. I think you will too. But keep in mind, never mind the appearance of Bev, no yucks. If you see them live, they promise jokey, yucky, yucks, luck, just laugh. You'll get it live. You may get it in video. But just as music itself, it's kind of deep. But it's cool. So, you understand what I'm getting at? Anything else? Well, this is a trend as the trans movement, transsexual movement in the United States, I'm sure in Europe and other parts of the world, is ongoing. And so this calendar year, this is not my first exposure. Now, mind you, Bev is not trans. Bev is drag. She's a man that dresses as a woman. Earlier this year, Flummox, Southern Progress, they opened for Max Sabbath in their tour of the United States this year. And they're fronted by a trans woman. And I did not review this because it's a bit thrashy for me. It's not my cup of tea. If you like thrash, Crowley, this stuff, then you like this. But in the live performance, I liked it because they had technical difficulty, and the trans woman had to vamp and entertain while the technical difficulties were being dealt with. She did a great job. And so I appreciated that part of the show. So I did not appreciate live. They were kind of a thrash type of thing that I really don't care for. Because the technical difficulties, the front woman had to do different things to entertain us, and I liked it. So, but then she also came out during the Max Sabbath show. She was the one, if you saw the tour, she was the one that came out as Wendy James Dio. Because, of course, you understand your Black Sabbath history. For those of you who don't know, Max Sabbath is a combination of Black Sabbath with the McDonald's characters, Mac, Donald's, Mac Sabbath. And Ronald McDonald is Ozzy. So they fire Ozzy, as he did in real life, and Wendy James Dio came out and did a Dio-era Sabbath song with the band. And then, of course, she gets canned, and Ozzy comes back, and Ronald comes back. Ronald Osborne comes back. So that was my first exposure this year to the trend, and then my second, and my song of the year. And Lord knows, apparently not just for me. Wearing Black is the song. Wearing Black to the Pride Parade from Laura Jane Grace. She has a dead name when she was the front man for Against Me, the punk band. But I guess Against Me is out of business, and so the front man is now Laura Jane Grace, and released this fine record this year. And YouTube gives me Wearing Black a lot when I'm unawares that the album is done. If I'm listening to a punk band, or I'm listening to something like Bev Rage and the Drinks, and the EP's done, they snuck this in once. I had to listen to it. It's a great song and a good album. So it's a thing. So we got drag. Oh, if you're an old punk fan and you remember Jane County, who I think in the original day was drag, he was an OG punk, New York City punk, who appears and interviewed a number of times, and you know how documentaries are. This Nightclubbing is a documentary about the New York City punk scene, and specifically Max's Kansas City. Jane County is the one that has the song Max's Kansas City. I love that song. I don't think I learned of that song. I heard that song until I became middle-aged. But yes, Bev Rage reminds me of Jane County. But I'm a touch of a poser, and I don't own a Jane County record or album. A touch of a poser, but I love Max's Kansas City, that song. wherever I heard it first. And that song's great. But she was the drag trans, which is a trans now. And she's a she. And there's been more recent 21st century Jane County albums that's been released. I'm busy with new records. But I should check out some Jane County because I love that song. Max's Kansas City is a cool song. So yes, Low Jane Grace did not remind me of Jane County. Forgive my memory, front person of Flamux. I don't remember your name. I did not prepare in that respect of Flamux. You did not remind me of Jane County. Nah. Actually, he does, excuse me, I misgendered. She really does look like a hot chick front in this band. She did. You could miss the plot and go, that's a decent looking chick. And then you learn, no, she's trans. The front woman of Flamux. Did I get the band name right? Flamux. I guess so. They don't. Oh, it's on the. You see that? It's Flamux. Okay. She was hot. As a heterosexual man, I can say that. She was hot. Without knowing, even when you do know, she's hot. Make it whatever that is. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just being honest here. It wasn't that big of a club. I wasn't that far in the back. Okay. I had to be told later. I think she said during the live set, but whatever. So, so to get to the point again, it's here on YouTube. Bev Rage and the Drinks, Audiotree Live. It's cool stuff. Go check it out. And come back and leave a comment. If this cool stuff, and of course, before I forget, if you're a homophobe, just cool it. Don't be a dick. It's great stuff by Bev Rage and the Drinks. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to Extra Rank Corner. Ring the notification bell. Go listen to Bev Rage and the Drinks. I think the two videos, you have to look separately for the videos for Permanent Receptionist, and Kay Bannock. I do like those two videos and the songs. And come back. And do you agree? Do you like it too? And for latest in action rock, garage rock, punk, psychobilly, rockabilly, and classic and legacy bands, like my reference to Jane County. Release something new, Jane County. Come on. At least a nice new compilation that I can review. You know, we'll have it for you. Come back. Thank you for watching. Remember, fresh music is as important as fresh food. Keeps you regular. Keeps your head straight. You know what I mean. Keeps your head strong. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.